Welcome in. Let's see what we're doing today. Ooh, stream assets. Okay, let's first bump everything else up by 1. No, that's supposed to be 4 now. That's 1. That's 2. That's 4. Okay. That's one of the 2. Need to open up the other one. Okay, I also need to change stream titles. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Whoops. Let's Twitch side updated. Let's get to the YouTube. Okay, so last time I was working on stream assets, I created the pop-up, pop-up for raid. I may want to make that black stuff, as well as work on that at a bit later. This is I forget. I remember. It's the I forget what that says. I've forgotten what it says. Oh no. Okay, let me go through the through my photos to find the alphabet key. Here it is. How does that end? That says follow. I forgot the O and the W. Okay, I'm going to just quickly fix my own mistakes. There we go. F-O-L-L. That is correct. I'm not on the right. Am I on the right layer? No, I'm not. So move that there. Follow a book. Where is it? Nope. Oh boy. There it is. Okay. So. I will center this once I've got all the correct letters in. Now, deselect. Nope. I just remembered. Da 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 da. That's O, and the W is okay. I know why I thought I had done that correctly now. Nope. There we go. Okay, now Control E. And let's get this centered. Right about there seems right. So that now says follower. I think that's the galactic alphabet. I need to double check. Galactic alphabet. Commander Keen / Minecraft enchantment plus extra. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't do it right. Standard galactic alphabet. Have I got this right? Yeah, this is the standard galactic alphabet. I have the R rotated incorrectly. Maybe. Oh my goodness, this is confusing. According to this image, it's supposed to be like that. But there's another one that has... I think it's just so long as there's 4 and it forms a relatively square rectangular shape. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This one doesn't have the key underneath it, so I'm having to follow it as if an actual alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, O. This is not helping. True type, there are a few standard galactic alphabet true types. I'm looking at the Wikipedia for this, by the way. Fonts available, which allow you to write standard galactic alphabet text quite easily. They all have different names, so it is possible to have all the fonts installed at the same time without any conflicts. Everything else says I have it right. This is just extremely confusing. Oh, it says official translations for this one that I have. Okay, good. Okay, I'm just gonna... Wait. What is the R on the official one? Four dots forming something like a square. Wonderful. Basically treating it like a way to be used as pixels. Oh boy, I'm just gonna stop paying attention to this because I'm still not certain I'm going to be using it in this way. Okay, that's back that way. That isn't what I'm wanting to work on. I'm wanting to work on creating books that are falling for the raid alerts, where it just a few books fall down. Okay, so let's quickly get out of that. Falling books. Idea. That. Okay, so. Books. More accurately, falling books. Falling. It would look like a. Why am I looking up specifically a falling books image? I know why, because there's a variety of different ways books fall. Some stay closed, some open up as they fall. And I'm wanting a variety. So, I have a reference image here on my phone. I don't know its copyright, so I will not be putting it into the file to be shown on stream. But basically, I am going to need this though. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, so that's what that does. Okay, so let's invert this and get where to pick for the first spine. You know what? Yeah, let's just break down the shape of the spine. Let's delete that one. Still have that one up here, which I don't remember what that was for. But anyways, that is a mess. Anyways, Okay, so let's start by creating the shapes of this book. So spine is a rectangle, a rectangular prism, usually. Then here's the actual front to back of the cover panel. That's also slightly angular. Da 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 da. Okay, so I have page color here, and this is why I created this. Now let's just pick a color at random. Let's group this all together. Control G. book 1. And he's basically why I'm saying 1, because this can be rotated to be falling from this direction. It can be rotated. It's a variety of different ways. However, it is still one variant. Some will be open. Let's do that. These books are, I'm doing hardcovers as the idea for this, which is why I'm trying to keep the actual covers same shape and size. As one another and not bent. Okay, so that's the basic shape for the covers. But let's get it in pages. This is where things get a bit warpy. And get there, get this, all that gone. But it was there for consistency. That's not visible because of that page. However, right here becomes visible. Anyways, back to erasing, getting rid of anything that would be blocked by the page as it stands. There we go. Here. It's coming back down to here. Okay, another random color. That would actually be a cover. What is the shortcut for adding a layer? Just inside, okay. This layer. Let's come in and say, yeah, all the cover will be shadowed with this one. Except for there, that will need to be a bit darker. I'm feeling like there's probably one more page in here. This. Come on, there's likely one more slab of pages here. Yep. Now this is the page color layer, which is that. And since more of the pages will be visible, I need to go in and do a lot more scribbles for writing on them. Oh, yeah. I can go in and like this and just get rid of that. And this is why I do that on different layers. And I also need to just quickly come back up here and do the... Oh wait, that's on erase still. There's a page there. Now I can also do this. Calling book 2. Yeah, and let's just quickly see how does this one look now when it's rotated. That one may need... Yeah, the page is getting... Oh no, that would make sense as it's falling. Now for an angle, just to demonstrate closed book. Like, it's managed to stay closed as it's falling. Thus far, at least. That's the spine. This case, it would be like that. There. That's that. Just add a little bit more height. For the spine. Now let's come in with the eraser and just get rid of parts that would not be visible. Where's my internet key? There it is. Page color. And now book color. Yeah, let's go for a golden color. So, over the weekend I finished watching Castlevania on Netflix. And, oh my goodness, I didn't, I don't have the enthusiasm I did when I finished watching K-pop Demon Hunters. Definitely a good Netflix series. I like the idea of, I forgot the name, Saint Germain. I like how his book was a triangle. That really caught my attention and was like, hey, what purpose or what benefits would there be to having a triangle book rather than a rectangle? So that is definitely something I'm curious about and might black you outline. Just add some thickness to the color. Come to this. No, wait, come to here. Go to this. Come here. Oh, I just remembered I need to include this in the spine because these are part of it. Okay, so that's what my brain was like. You're missing something. Let's first come to here. But yeah, it was definitely very much a Castlevania. Very much enjoyed it. Not something I think I'll watch again. At least anytime soon. It's like one and done feels alright. Definitely might look into watching it again at a later date to maybe get some inspiration for how and to look at how all the magic and casting of spells and that effect was done. But yeah. Okay, that comes down. Doesn't have anything on it. Let's grab colors. But yeah, very much a flashy animes lately haven't really been my cup of tea, with the exception like animes that are primarily the combat. But I've found that there's been a couple that I've enjoyed lately, and one is, and they usually don't have that much conflict, and like it isn't just combat and stuff. One such a one is Frieren. That is such a beautifully made anime. I'm looking forward to the season 2 of it. But yeah, it's just something about magical effects has me wanting it to look into it, wanting me to practice drawing effects like that. There. I also need the greens for the bars and need the color for the thumb point and for the press point. Nope. P? Nope. P. Picker. Yep. There it is. And let's get the green. Let's see how this bowling book 3. Let's see how it looks in different rotations. Yeah, this looks like the sort that would be falling at these sort of angles where the pages are pointed upwards, or it's just looking straight up flat. Whereas the ones where, like that, having pages. Okay, so Okay, so coming back over here, so they'll be falling down. This pops out when a when not a raid, a hype train will be happening. This is the idea is to have this as currently follower rather than as sub goal, because I'm not at least right now I'm not planning on doing heavy push for subs. Just had a thought. Follow a book. Okay, that's all sorted. Where is specifically? That's the cover outline. And this is where that begins. Digital searcher device. I'm going to copy all that and bring it over here. That's quite large. Let's scale it down. Okay, so scale it down more. Right about there. Copy layer. I know what's feeling off. I will get all these in place first, then I will go along and that wasn't right. I didn't accidentally double up there. I'll likely get rid of that with this book. However, before progressing further, let's come back along and find the ones that will be at different heights. Because these are centered. That's... Just thinking about it. Just thinking about how that looks. Thinking. Not sure how I feel about how that looks yet. So let's just quickly group these all together. Oops, spine devices. Let's... I'll have to have a look at once there's more detailed books there. Just remembering to save. Everything's fine. Where did I put the stylus? Oh, there it is. What's that? I also get the feeling that that book itself is thicker than the ones I have on bookshelf already. So, use the idea control save. Let's, because that looks better, that device. But let's copy. Bookshelf, like the books themselves. This is the layer I'm going to go onto, and there we go. What have I got filled in here? Okay, just gonna... That's what I'm wanting to keep. Invert selection and... Okay. That I will be copying. I have no idea what was on any other layers. That was so far out of view. There we go, that's fixed. There we go, yep. Okay, where's the biggest one? Say this is likely the tallest. Okay. Let's just quickly jump through each of these and give them a different. This is the first one, this is the original. No, that's still there. Okay, so the that's the gold. This is the color I'm wanting to change. So let's just quickly group it. Add a layer. Relatively dark purple. Not the thing. Oh. I have no idea why it's hallucinating, that's it. Let's go with that green. Oh, let's go with that blue. Likelihood is that I'm not going to be using these ones. This is just visualizing stuff. So maybe, yeah, it's going to just be the colors need to all be different and stuff. Okay, so let's grab a couple of these falling. Let's grab the falling books without the text. So these three, Control G, just so I can do this. Copy layer. Affector is the raid. Raid asset. Okay, so Oh, I duplicate that. Yeah, this one actually does feel a bit too large in comparison to the other two, so bring that down a little bit. Varying the size to indicate very distant. That would actually be a good idea. This one does need to be shrunk down just a bit. Okay, Control J. Basically, it would be them falling down. It would be falling down. Just had an alternate idea to for the falling books. So let's save. Save. Variation 1. Here's the thought. Actually, I may need a vector layer for this one. Vector layer. Full options, 9 thickness. That seems about right. Here we go. Fast. Insert point. Do that. And now on the layer. On this layer, for this shape, this one comes down. Insert point. Insert point. Both of these make curve points. And do that. Nope. Not done yet. Metric. Metric. Close enough. Just so you're aware, I'm following this line specifically, which is why I'm going so slowly. Sorry for leaving things as silent for so long. I was just kind of getting focused and stuff, and I've lost the line. Oh well. Let's go for that. That's about eyeballed correctly. So then it's copy, paste that cursor. Now, doing that, go in here. Move those. Here we have the thickness of that, and now to figure out the spine. I know. Oh, okay, so that might be a problem. Make line points. Nope. Okay. Du, 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 du. Where's it? Have I got anything? No, but wait. I'm needing to look up a thick book, hardcover book reference. No, more accurately, I can have a look at some of the books. Oh, great. Nope, never mind. Settings. Oh, wait. Images. Hide. Okay, that's better. Looking at the ones that I'm seeing with it, the curve I'm trying to emulate. The spine itself isn't actually hard. It's just the covers. Thinking. Just thinking of what. Because the idea for these ones. The idea for these ones is to drop down onto each other and form a small pile at the bottom of the screen. And then drop out when after a few seconds. If that's what I'm thinking of doing. Oh my goodness, I just had an idea that would also mean reusing this. And it would mean putting actual text in. Okay. Deleting that. Deleting that. Okay, so the follower book. Grab it. Control J. Copy of the follower book. Of the follower book. Okay, so let's bring this over and I will explain. I will explain my idea. Okay, so the idea for this one, for this is right. Okay, so the idea for this would be for instead of that's still that. Instead of this in the center, it's on a few books. It's a that drop down. I can't have it set to Comic Sans. Okay. Close. Delete. I need to choose where this goes. I will also just quickly do that. Add as vector layer. Text. Come in and there. The wrong size. I will fix that momentarily. 12. Save. Still too large. 12, 10. This is a demonstration. 8. Let's first get this into the right place. And at the right size. So 8 isn't even correct. How about 6? Save. Rated. Rated by or save. Okay, the minimum I can do is 5. So just going to momentarily be moving. This needs to be rescaled for the explanation. Plus also this won't be for the shelf, so this also makes sense. Then here. This is on top. Now that it's here, I can also, well, now that it's scaled up, I can also adjust the size. Rated by J, and then a different book. Yeah, it would be this. It would be, let's change the color. Let's get to vector layer, text, You edit streamer. Rated by streamer. Just had a thought. Just had another thought. Okay, so let's just quickly grab these two. Group them. Control C. Or just automate. I was expecting a crash there because I accidentally used brush on a group, which last stream that caused problems. Copied that group. Okay, so paste, drop the of course they get unaligned. Oh well. It allows me to scale this down. So the idea is nope, not that one. Here, here, and here. Save. Save. Okay, so now, and that at least lets me know what size to adjust the other one to. Rated by, and then down here, like this is potentially going to be one of the few things that go behind the bar in terms of it's okay. Falling books. Hide that for a moment. So the idea for this one is that okay, but just a sec, I need to find where is it in here. Follow a progress bar. Display. Copy of display. Get that there. Insert point. Insert point. Let's just get this being a four. Oh no, I've lost it. Okay, so yep, oh, I definitely lost it. Remove points. Remove points. Okay. Insert point. Okay, that's where the new center is. Okay, so I just realized I didn't need to do that. Okay, so scale this up. The idea here is then to have this come in and say this can be a display that's always there. This can be what it thanks the new follower and the new subscriber. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, this makes sense. Having this here makes sense. Raiders. Close. Oh my goodness, that's what 20 looks like. Okay, so let's edit the size. 18, save. Nope. 16, save. Nope. Hmm. 10. Save. The idea is... Welcome and hello, Casual Cat. And hello, Dance Stan. Thanks you both for the follows. Right now I'm coming up with premises for how I want raid alerts to show on my stream. And the idea that the basic idea that I have in mind is falling books. So I initially started with books falling like that and just falling from the top down to signify and that there's a raid and there's a lot of books and stuff effectively, and they fall down. They fall in from the top down off screen, and the text for the information for the raid shows up in the middle. However, I remembered that I'd given books these little displays on the side that also do come out to be this, but that's this specific pop-up is for when I eventually am able to when I eventually have subs and stuff. So hype trains, that will be what that's for. This, however, can be. I've realized I can put a little I can put a display here that thanks followers, thanks thanks it thanks followers, it thanks subscribers when I eventually have those. But to also have it follow the falling book idea, I thought, how about having the rated by on its own separate book, and the streamer as its own separate book, and they fall down from the top, land here. The number of raiders pops up on this little display here, and then these books will be slowly taken in and vanish behind the actual bar here. Obviously, this is just my demonstration of how it will look on stream. Over here, I have most of the assets being created and stuff. That was just me reminding myself how to draw books. But yeah. So. Oh jeez. Oh no. Things crashed. That's not good. Steam crashed. Which also oh no. Creta crashed. One moment. Just gonna hide Krita for when it reloads. Relaunching Krita. Need to get the music back on. No clue where I was up to. Pick a random spot. Making sure shuffle is on. Sound. Thank goodness for autosave. Okay, and boop. There we go. Yeah, I saved beforehand, but I thankfully also have autosave as a thing for Krita. So, just means I'll have to resave. I just remembered I haven't opened the other. Open recent. This one. It has an autosave as well, thankfully. There have been a number of times where autosave has saved me, and it hasn't got the text. Oh well, that's easy to put in. I know what size it's supposed to be already. Cancel. Invert so that it will be white. And... oh no, wait. Of course. There it is. Hasn't got the text I put into it, but... it's already here. Give me that edit box. Number... raiders. That size is 10. Save. Close. Actually, I should change it to the same color I have for this one. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good rest of your day. Hmm, 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 hmm. Hmm, 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 hmm. Da, da, da. Okay, so it uses that color. Da, 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 da. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Hmm, 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 hmm. I think it was that color that was getting used. Specifics. Hmm, 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 hmm. Hmm, 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 hmm. Da, 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 da. Hmm, 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 hmm. Wait a minute. I just realized with both Dance Stand and Casual Cat following, I've met my follower goal. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to be working on this every single stream. Working on the assets for, or the assets for the stream overlay every single art stream for the next few days. Hey. Okay. That let me just see. Has Twitch registered that I have hit that goal? I just also realized that it hasn't given me the it didn't give me a notification for the event of meeting that goal, so that's a bit curious. Achievements. Ooh, nice. Absolutely love D&D. I'm taking a bit of a break from playing in campaigns though, as yeah, just kind of wasn't in the headspace of where I was enjoying the games I was in, and I wasn't, and yeah, but last week I finished, or was the last Thursday stream I had for this month, and I managed to finish off a tabletop, a solo tabletop roleplay game of Cartograph on it, and I had questions about how thing the rules the optional rule set I was using worked, so, which I put into which I put into the Cartograph, which I asked in the Cartograph Discord server by its creators, and I got my answers. I was basically just not understanding the rules very well and stuff, but because it made sense once it was explained to me. Basically, I was using the non-authoring rules for it because Cartograph itself is a journaling sort of game where it does a lot of writing. I wanted to fit it into 4 streams for the month because but when it's journaling, I take a long time. So I estimated it was going to take longer. And I wanted to give the non-authoring rules a try, so I did. Didn't use the non-authoring rules very much, wound up just using the dice to make a map, and stuff, but my D&D characters. The D&D characters I've played have been my common classes is clerics and bards. Those are the 2 I often use the most. The character that from the last game that I dropped out of was a paladin. Oath of Protection, I think it was. I need just pulling up a character sheet right now. What oath was she? Nine cents, lay on hands. Sacred oath. Oath of the Ancients, I mean. I was thinking clerics when it came to protection. That was the character I was playing in the other game that I recently dropped. No, it's been about half a year at this point since I dropped out of it. Now that I think about it, oh boy, I was playing a bard in that one. I usually play elves and changelings, though I have though a character that I played in a one shot was a human warlock, the Great Old One. I've been fleshing out her backstory into her story as a different, basically reworking her story into my own world and my own D&D world and stuff. So, and it's become a rapid daisy chain of a whole heap of things. So, yeah. And it's basically for fleshing out her backstory and her story and stuff for my own world, I've been using a gift that my girlfriend got me called the Lore Masters deck, but which is a story engine item. She's basically her story has daisy chained into her being an archivist who found a book that gave her a connection into just the greater lore of the entire universe. So she more, rather than connecting to an eldritch god, she more accurately connected to the consciousness of the universe for her. And as such, she's been slowly getting collecting information and stuff about a specific event that shattered the supercontinent that was. I haven't got art that I've drawn for her, but I have most of my characters I create pick crew art for. So let me see. Have I got it on my computer? No, so I don't get too sidetracked and go looking for files. I have her art on my phone, and she has very pale skin, pale blue eyes. She has porcelain skin, pale blue eyes, and long wavy black hair. She wears golden framed round glasses, and as a result, as a result of the story engine stuff, her family has a repository of a whole heap of books and items and stuff that magic that they kept hidden and stuff. And one such he changed professions as well, because one of the prompts for the card for that. So her current profession is record keeper, is what it's referred to as on the figure card. But one of the cards that I drew for prompts and stuff gave her background. It gave a background which said form a career in a specific role, and I decided to go craftsman and have that be the family part of things. And so basically, rather than her being a single figure with 4 prompts, she's wound up having 2 figure cards that relate to her that have there are four question prompts that lead off from the first one, but there are 2 prompts that lead off to other things. So she has a lot of information for her role in a lot of things, but yeah. Oh, I have started rambling about things not related, but yeah, I have a lot of D&D characters that I haven't used or haven't used in a long time, if at all. Bit of information for you on why I have the name Puppeteer. It was initially a nickname given to me by a friend group ages ago. Oh, I hope you have a lot of fun with it. D&D, it does take the right group to get really into D&D. But if you find you have fun with it, don't give up. If you find you're enjoying aspects of it, don't give up on playing it. Just try and find a group that you gel well with, that respects boundaries, and has all that sort of stuff. But the primary thing is have fun. If you aren't having fun, bring it up with the people at the table. Don't be afraid of doing that. That is why one of the games I dropped out of this year fell apart, and it's because we did a very bad job at communicating. You should be very well taken care of, since you're playing with your sister and close family friends. When it's people you know in person, you're more likely to understand each other's boundaries before going into it and stuff. So, yeah. I hope you have fun with that. What character are you thinking of making? My first 2 characters ever were Dragonborn. The first one I don't remember the name of because he lasted a session and died in a TPK. He was a wizard. He was the first one out. We enjoyed every bit of it, but yeah. Yes, Tabaxi's absolutely fun. I forget. Do Tabaxis naturally have dark vision? Oh wait. Are you playing 5th edition or the more recently updated version of 5th edition that I refer to as 5.5 edition? The 2024 edition. Because I don't... Oh, no, wait. If you're playing a Tabaxi, you're likely using... If you're playing a Tabaxi, you're probably playing it... You're more likely going to be using more of the 2014's 5th edition rules. Because I remembered that Tabaxis haven't been released in the 2024 update to everything. So you're more likely to be using the 5th edition stuff. Have you decided on a class yet? A swordsman. So you're likely going to be going either fighter, paladin, or fighter or paladin, they're the primary two swordsman classes that come to mind. Paladins are more religious and stuff. Not necessarily religious in the sense of having a religion, as you can play them as being religiously loyal to their friends and an ideal. They don't necessarily need a god. Talk to whoever's running the game to figure out if you're wanting to be able to have a little bit of combat magic. If you're planning on going fighter, you're going to what level are you playing at, actually? Are you starting at level 1, or are you starting at one of the higher levels, like level 4 or 5? Okay, so I'm trying to remember what the features are and what fighter features at level 1 are, because I haven't played a fighter all that much. I've played once or twice. So I'm very excited. I haven't had someone to outlet D&D stuff to for a while. So, sorry about that. You're kind of letting my probably undiagnosed autism show. I either have autism or I'm just very invested in certain things. I need to get diagnosed if I do have autism. But yeah, I'm very much enjoy D&D and stuff. So, if you're wanting to be able to cast spells, hey, you're likely in the right place. If lucky, I had a hard time getting I have been having a hard time getting diagnosed from a young age because I have dyslexia, which it makes it hard to. And I probably also have ADHD, which having all three makes it hard to diagnose any single one. Makes it hard to get diagnosed with more than just one, because they tend to have overlapping symptoms. Yeah, they tend to have overlapping symptoms, so it's like, okay, is this the autism? Is this the ADHD? Is this the Erland syndrome? Is it both? Is it all of them? Yeah, so that's why I've had a hard time. Why my parents were like, out of me and two of my other siblings, they were like, if you put all three of us together, definitely autistic child. But when talking with my parents, they were like, if any of you three were actually autistic, we believe it would be me. One of the other two siblings that they believed that was included, because I have 3 siblings. One of the other siblings has gotten diagnosed with autism though. They're the only one that doesn't have it, and that they're out of the 3 of us, I'm the only one who has been diagnosed with dyslexia, with the Erland syndrome and dyslexia. They haven't. So that's why they had an easier time. However, they have also fallen down the rabbit hole of Erland syndrome and dyslexia doesn't actually exist. Or at least they did for a bit. So, yeah, sorry, I'm beginning to vent about family. Yeah, family is... Okay, if you're allowed to take... if you're thinking that, if you're planning on having your character good at defending himself, I'm trying to remember the name of the feat. If you're allowed to take a feat at level 1, because some Game Masters allow that, where is it? No, not that feat. On my phone I have a character, I have a D&D character app, and I'm currently looking through where is... I'm currently looking through feats, because there was one that came to mind. Shield Master, there's a feat for that. If you're wanting to... If you're wanting to be a swordsman, and you start with a shield, that can help with defending yourself, because it allows you to be able to push. If you take the Shield Master feat, it allows you to then use a bonus action to push opponents 5 feet with a shield. It also gives a boost to your armor class when you're... Okay, if you aren't incapacitated, you can add your shield's AC bonus to any dexterity check. Okay. Oh, dexterity saving throw, I should say. Yeah, there are... Definitely talk with your whoever's running the game to find out what you're allowed. Yeah, talk with them since it's your first time. Definitely talk with them to get us when it's coming to decisions like that. I'm sorry for laying on so much information on you, but yeah, I'm also the sort of person who optimizes stuff. Like, like if it doesn't make sense for story, I won't do something. That I do follow, but when it comes to actually making choices on skills and stuff to take, like feats, I multi-class so often. I have so many multi-class characters, which are just combinations to try and emphasize a specific ability in one area, or just dreadfully abuse it. But yeah, I'm that sort of a player. Since this is your first time playing, you'll slowly feel out what you enjoy and what you don't. Oh yeah, that's how I started out as well. My second character, but since my first character I made at school during a lunchtime with friends. We tried first session we were going through, and we TPK'd, and then we decided, you know what, lunch times aren't long enough for us to properly sort this all out. Let's do this out of school and stuff. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, wasn't born a tabaxi. I just remembered a subclass that you may better for a spellcasting class that is weapons heavy. Might I suggest talking to your family friend who's running the game, and bringing up the I've forgotten what the Warlock subclass is, but it's just a sec. Classes Warlock. Scrolling down. Not the patrons. This is... Oh, wait. I just remembered you wouldn't be getting the pact immediately. Um, so with warlocks, there's a. Oh wait, no, that is level 1. Okay. Um. So there's a warlock patron called the Hexblade. So and that makes it, and that specific subclass is a more martial weapons oriented subclass for warlocks. That can tie into the cursed part, like you've been cursed by some otherworldly being, or cursed by the sword that has turned you into a tabaxi rather than a human. So, because the Hexblade is usually a cursed weapon in and of itself. So, if you're cursed, you could tie that into it as well. Ooh. An idea for how the friend applied the curse was giving him a blade that was cursed, that made that transformation, but also wound up it being more than the friend even knew. So yeah, that's it. If you're giving me ideas for a D&D character now, I don't need more. I'm not planning on playing in any games anytime soon. Oh my goodness. How long have I been talking about D&D and not doing anything on screen? That would be about 20 minutes. Oh boy. Almost the end of stream. But yeah. His soul was extracted from his human body and placed into a tabaxi. Huh. Might I say, the blade, the way that the soul was extracted was a blade? And it's like, stab, absorb soul from this body, place it into this one, stab. Yeah, my brain's just like, my brain's gone down the rabbit hole of a Hexblade warlock that's been cursed into a different body. So yeah, that's where my brain's gone. So my brain's coming up with a character now for that. Thanks for the inspiration. But yeah. Once I finish making all my stream assets and stuff, I think I'm going to, on the undetermined wheel, I'm going to change the work on stream assets option to draw my D&D characters, because I have so many that I have no art for, but I would love art for. So, yeah. Definitely that. I feel like hiccups are trying to occur, or a bit of reflux, but it's just not coming up. So that's interesting. Anyways, so let's get both of these properly saved. Yes, override. But yeah, down here. Let's actually try and get this centered. I haven't got a Discord set up yet. I am planning on getting one set up, though. I just need to get the time and stuff. Um, I haven't. I just need to get in a headspace and actually set one up for a community Discord. But if if you type in socials, that gives you my link tree and stuff, and you can follow me on other social platforms and stuff, and I'll likely put a notification out on my Instagram when I have a Discord set up and stuff. But yeah, I'm very much it's just me right now, and I haven't got any moderation that isn't automated for Twitch chat and stuff. And well, yeah, okay. See ya. Have a good rest of your day. Have fun with your D&D game when you play it. Bye. I have 5 minutes until the end of stream as well. Anyway, so let's just, for the last 5 minutes, I'll be sorting this out. I should also probably consider doing just chatting streams where I pick a topic at the start of stream and I just ramble. That actually is a good idea. Like, before the stream starts, I pick a topic, I create a few questions since chat isn't all that active yet, but since people don't really talk in chat yet, but being in just chatting would probably bring in people unwilling to chat in chat, so that might be good. Ideas. Okay, so okay, that's centered. I'm going to also just quickly select this. Nope, not. Having that because I'm thinking this is going to be just a follow and sub notification area, as well as at this point I am thinking put this down behind the borders even. This is its own separate thing, because it is not just the raid asset. I know what to do. Just a sec. Let's grab that. Control X. Control V. It's on layer now. That's number of raiders. yeah, having these drop down and be like, hey, rated by this streamer, and that does this severely out of scale. So, and if I'm being honest, those books are a bit too thick, actually. Let's get to the actual book. So that's that part, but this, that's the border. Let's put that in there, and let's make these a little bit thinner. Oh wait, that's just straight up wrong thing. That's already shrunk. This down. This. I'll let that one be a bit thicker. And actually, here's an idea. Let's make that silver. Silver or platinum. Da-da. Nope. There we go. And I can, yep, okay, having it gold silver, that's just to indicate the order that the books fall down. That will definitely help. But now I also need to just properly align these again. Nope. This. There we go. I need to grab the text. Duplicate that, cause I'm... But momentarily. Center. Display text. This edit text. Get that centered. I probably still am going to make this blue. I'm just wanting to get this right. I just had an idea on what to use these books for. Nope. They're not fade. Gifted subs. A book for each gifted sub, and the color of the book will be what tier the sub is when I eventually have those. Because there is a limit to how many subs you can have, whereas rated numbers, the number of raiders can be just massive, and I don't particularly want to have 1,000 books falling. So yes, new followers subbed. Follower gifted. Here, number subs. I think it's up to 100. Let's see, is the display the right size, or do I need to ooh, it's just the right size. Oh, no, wait. While follower is there, I'm going to need... I may need, while I'm getting all this... So let's get these done. Save, close. Let's get all these centered in it. Because then, no matter where I move it to, all I'm needing to do is move the group. And I'm going to need to grab the raid text. That's in gifted subs. This is in trade assets. Let's actually just hide that for a moment. Okay, that is... Okay, that is now a part of that. That should all be lined up, but I guess I'll see. That is that. Yes? Okay. So, just for the moment, I'm going to move that into this group just to move all of it over to here. That's where the center is likely going to be. However, I need to increase this. Nope. Factoring in the potential of a drawing display deck. I have been working on that, but not quite done yet. Okay, so that center is now... This one I will do this way. Now into this. That is all there. No black. Actually, wait. Now let's make it red. Red. Fill. Red. There we go. That's easier to see. And I will now make sure all of these are correctly centered. Just for visualization purposes, obviously. Get that in. Okay. So let's see what these will look like individually. Follower gifted at most 100, I think. I don't know how many gift. I want to gift subs. I don't have the money to gift subs, so I don't know what I haven't actually ever looked at that menu, so don't know how many what the maximum number of gifted subs is per thing. Followers subbed. That is not turning that off because that's followers subbed. New follower followed. that number of raiders. Actually, let's go with that. And for this one, move the streamer over a bit more. So that it's kind of going raided by streamer, this number of raiders. Okay, so that is the idea. I may want to come up with a better scale, better thing for this, because well, the book size now makes a bit more sense. I want to make sure that text is able to be read. So I'll need to find the design of that device on the edge. Which means this edge may not be the final design for this, as yeah, thankfully I don't get raided often. Yet. And I thankfully also can't get subs yet, so I'm glad that part is what I've got the most refining needing to be done. But yeah, I think that's everything for today's stream, though. I just realized I need to swap those out for the thinner versions, because I definitely do prefer the thinner versions. So, copy layer, paste, delete that one, and scale this one. Oh. So something about it copying and pasting here seems to mess with the location of that text. So this layer, there we are. Actually, let me just quickly extract these from both books. Okay, I'm already in the red one. Get those out so that the rest of the scaling can be done. Let's get both of these, bring them up here. That's that one, this is this one. I definitely need to clean that up. Save that for now though, because I need to stream. Let's find someone to aid. Let's see. If anyone is in chat and wants to recommend anyone to raid, let me know. Just drop them in chat. No one's there, so let's just raid. Let's raid the Pirate Software, who will be streaming Bitcraft. That's gonna be fun. So see you all on Thursday with... I'm not sure what yet. I'm likely going to be doing a poll on Instagram to determine what game I'm playing on Thursday for this month, because I am not sure. So be sure to check and follow me on Instagram to see what there is that is an option, and make your voice heard. But right now, see ya.